Today, we're going to talk about whether or not you really need image stabilization on your lens. Let's get into it. Welcome back to the Pursuit Production. My name is Christian McKean.
I'm Joseph Fraser.
And today we're going to be talking about image stabilization on your lenses and the difference between cine lenses and photo lenses. Now, there's a lot to be talked about in this. We're going to be just kind of overviewing just kind of the surface of it. We can talk more about it in a later video, but we want you to understand the difference of the setup that we have and what we would do differently next time. So the setup that we're talking about is from our Kirkland campus. This is the setup that we use every Sunday morning. We have red Komodos. We've talked about that. We have nice Teradeks. We've got Blackmagic monitors. We've got batteries that last for hours and hours and hours. The lenses that we have are a really, really interesting combination. Pretty much the difference is we're talking about, we'll show you these two lenses right here. We have the DZO film 70-135, and you can grab this one. We have the Canon 70-200 lens. And here's the thing, is both these lenses, they don't look too different. You know, these lenses, like one of them is obviously a little bit bulkier, looks maybe a little bit more cinematic. This one has a T-stop on the back, so it has a third ring as well. This one only has the 2 rings. This is obviously the nicer lens. Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
Here's the thing though, is I would probably take this one every time. First off, the 70-200 lens is gorgeous. Of all the photo lenses, this is the best looking one. If you can get an EF 70-200 Mark III, you are in really, really good hands. Now, not all lenses are created equal for equal opportunity in different positions. What you want to know is that in each position that you have, you might need a slightly different lens. And so the difference, why don't you go ahead and show the IS capabilities on here. This lens right here, it has image stabilization. It's got the option for autofocus. And then it has this guy. I don't know what this does actually. Let's just leave that. Let's not mess with it. So, and then you have different modes for your image stabilization. Now, the different modes on your image stabilization, look this up because this is important. I don't remember off the top of my head. I know our servo lens has 3 different modes for it. But it's important to be on the right mode because some modes are for tripod and some modes, stabilization modes, are for handheld. So do the research, look it up, whatever lens you have, just make sure it's on the right mode because it's the difference between something looking slightly off and not even thinking about having any problems with that lens. So another great reason why the 70-200 is an awesome lens. Now, let's go back to the 135. So I'll swap you here. So the 70-135 DZO. Gorgeous lens. It's beautiful. It has a really low T-stop. What's the T-stop for that guy? That goes all the way to 2.9. Yeah, it's great. It's not bad at all. It looks really nice. Obviously, it has less of a reach than your 70-200 Canon photo lens. But the cine lens, it's never going to look bad. So I love that lens for that reason. Now let's go to our Cine Prime. We have, I believe it's the 25 millimeter prime lens. Listen, this lens is great too because it has an even lower T-stop. What's the T-stop on that guy?
2.1.
2.1. It's really hard to beat a 2.1 iris on a lens, and you're going to get that because it's your prime lens. Now you can have a 25, a 35, a 50. It doesn't matter. None of them have image stabilization on it. Well, for this lens specifically, for our 25 millimeter, this goes on our jib. So we already have a gimbal on it. We already have the jib balanced, and it's a smooth sweeping motion. You actually don't need image stabilization for a setup like that.
No.
So you're actually pretty good to go. For cameras that are lenses that are on tripods on the floor in the pit, sometimes you don't need image stabilization on them because you're just using them for worship and you kind of want a little bit of movement on there anyway. So that's okay too. For probably everything else, I would say you want image stabilization. Our camera 2, our follow camera, our 70-200 servo, image stabilization. We first got a DZO film lens. What was it? I don't remember. It was the Tango, the DZO film Tango lens. That one did not have IS and it didn't have lens control. We got it because it's a nice, good looking lens, but it didn't fit all the needs that we had for our setup. And here's the thing. You want to make sure that you have functionability over something that looks really pretty.
Yeah.
That's the lesson that I learned from it. Maybe you're out there and you're like, oh, it's okay. We use $13,000 tripods and we have backpack rigs for all of our handheld cameras and our ops are really good at being stable. I love that for you. That's amazing. We don't have those things. And so we have to work with what we have. We make the Cine lenses work. I don't think that they're bad. I don't think they're a bad investment. But especially for handheld shots and especially for our Dana dolly, we want to be able to have that image stabilization on our lenses. This is actually the one that we use for our Dana dolly, because you're constantly moving it back and forth and you don't want to see the rattles. You don't want to see the little bumps, and the image stabilization hides all of that. So that's why that's really important for your handheld cameras. It's important to have it so that the little shake that they have, I mean, you see every little movement that goes up on the big screen.
You really do.
Handheld shots, you want those to be really smooth. So what we recommend is getting a image stabilization lens. So for handheld, if I were to only be able to get one lens for 4 handheld stage ops, I would do the 24-70 image stabilization lens. That one is really, really good because it does your wide, it does your tight, has a low f-stop, and it has IS.
Yeah.
I would also have a backpack rig for your camera. So if you look over here at the Komodo, we have this handle right here. Your backpack rig is actually going to come down. It's going to clamp right here, and it's going to be able to hold onto this camera. That's why we have this setup. It's for the monitor, but it's also for a backpack rig, if we ever use that in the future, so that we can have that extra stabilization as well. So that's going to get the most out of it. If you're like, hey, we're good, we don't need that, then awesome. But for most church setups, I would highly recommend you have image stabilization first, and then you get backpack rigs for your handheld shots. Another lens I would recommend, I believe Canon has an RF. I think it's a 15-30 or something around that. It's a new RF lens. It has image stabilization on it. I love the Sigma 18-35. That's a great lens, low f-stop, all the things. But to have that lens with IS makes a big difference.
Yeah.
So again, this is kind of another shorter video, but we wanted to walk you through, hey, this is what we have. This is what we would do differently. And this is a setup that we make work on a Sunday every single week. And we feel like, it's not a bad setup, but again, things can always be improved.
Yeah.
And so if you're going to be able to have a budget to be able to make your own setup come alive, this is what you would want to do. So we hope this helps a lot. Feel free to leave a comment below. We respond to comments as fast as we can. We love to be able to cultivate community and conversation. If you have a better idea of a better lens that we could use than these guys, please let us know. If you're like, oh, we use the DZO film lenses as well, but we actually found a way to make it more stable, let us know.
Please.
You know, we want to be able to understand the things. This whole point of these videos is to show you what you don't have to and reinvent the wheel to figure out. But also, we're on the receiving end of that.
Yeah.
So let's continue to kind of like create that conversation and show up and be able to, you know, have the best setup we can, because when one of us wins, we all win.
Amen.
So we want you to win. You want us to win. Let's help each other out. Let's make it happen. So go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, ring the notification bell so you know when we go live every single Sunday morning from Seattle, Washington at 9:30 a.m. Yep. From our Kirkland campus. We love to connect. Leave us a comment in the chat, and we will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.